Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Crusaders Weekly Stream with Erika and Kat for Thursday, July 23rd, coming to you from the streaming closet at the Codename Entertainment Studios in lovely Victoria, BC, Canada. Oof, hey.
Got it all out.
Yeah, proper introduction this morning. So, I'm Erika, the Live Services Manager for Crusaders and the Community Manager for Codename Entertainment, and with me is lead artist for Crusaders, Kat.
Hello. Nightbet just banned Steamy Games. What?
What?
Or other way around.
Yeah,
and
I
that
know.
was very brief, but I noticed it and it made me laugh. Good morning, everybody. As always, we start with looking at some coloring sheets. We're on the Alien Slumber Party, which I had a lot of fun with, and I hope other people did too. So, starting with some squiggle snacks in the back there. And a nice pencil crayon one. Very lightly colored, but it's nice. I like it. Very colorful bed sheets. All different things. This one's got a little bit of shading going on. Looks pretty nice. And Kiz's eyes look real good. I like those. And some more pastel-y, lighter colors. Yeah. I like that there's some green ones in with the orange. It's like, there's a different flavor. Are they
Alien
moldy?
Cheetos?
Yeah,
Gummy worms, whatever.
I had wanted them to look more alien, but by the time I finished, I was like, oh, those are just Cheetos. And this one, Zig, has like a full body suit, which is neat.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Lots of different colors. I like the bright purple Zig. I think that's good. I like this blanket. This is a good blanket.
Yeah. It's the blanket you want in real life.
Yeah. And some extra markings on Zig. That's interesting. And little bubbles on the drink. That's good too. This one's pretty impressive. It really went all out with the shading and the lighting, which I really appreciate. And they've got like little little alien pajamas, the galaxy thing, and then this little pony. I love it. Oh, and
Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Pillow.
Yeah. It's great. Some more nice bright colors, but with really dark aliens. A good contrast. Very blue.
Mm-hmm.
It always interests me when people decide to do something with their eyes or not. Sliz just looks like, man, calm down. Oh, AI colored one. Looking very nice. Very blue. I just really like what the AI coloring does.
Yeah.
Another one doing some good things with their eyes, and sort of full body suit for Zig. She's interesting. And a couple different colors over there. Oh, some more bright greens and yellows. I like the multiple colors on Sliz's head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the blue and purple looks very nice. Lots of color.
Yeah, that's a lot of color.
Yeah, very purple surroundings. I approve. More good purples. I like purple. The greens for Sliz are also really good. Oh, and that's the last one. So, as always, thank you everyone for submitting and participating and playing along. And I hope you enjoy coloring the coloring sheets like I enjoy making them. So this week, we've got the event going out today, right?
Yeah, later this
Yep.
afternoon.
So I'm gonna do something vaguely camping related with some of the camping Crusaders. And take it away with questions, Erica.
So, as always, we've got some of our regulars in chat, and they even noticed my not having the countdown screen right away.
Oh no!
So we got Jabble and JS Random Numbers, and Ragnar, and Bungo Bunts, and Kedgear, and German Morin Polo, and Jeffries, and Snow, and Rafsio, and Stormcrow, and Lexiri, and Green Samurai, and Leptimus. So thank you all for joining us this week. Oh, we even got Susan.
Yeah, welcome to all the regulars and all of the new people in between. It is nice to have everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for the code. You're quite welcome for the code. This week's code gives out the 2 all-tier Bigfoot jewel chests, which are the Littlefoot Big Adventure event chests. So if you're looking for gear for the new Crusader Koivu, who's on the stream overlay this week, then you want to wait until after you recruit him. Bunga Bunt says they think that it was Auralis's coloring sheet with the fantastic shading and the My Little Pony pajamas.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar. I think I always get theirs from Twitter.
Yeah, the Twitter ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they're real good.
So, on to the questions. Green Samurai 23 says, hello friends, any more teasers on changes to the dungeons? After thinking about it, it's mostly just going to be the idle buff change, some reward changes, but at this point in the season, like 5-6 weeks in, changing all the rewards doesn't really make sense, so I will leave that to the Season 2 rewards, give the Season 1 rewards just a little bit more oomph, so you're a little more tempted to get them, and then we'll go from there.
Have they really been out for that long already?
I think it's the 4-week mark today, so like you're starting your 5th week of dungeon runs, and some players are like, yeah, I've gotten another 30,000 points this week, and it's like, so you're gonna be finished in 8 weeks at that rate instead of, you know, the full 12. So it's like, yeah, it's cool with the point scaling. But yeah, there are some idle buff codes coming up, so I do want to get the idle changes out so you guys can use your idle buffs with those dungeon runs. So just some final mathing on that. So Elf Hi proposal, please pause the ends in timer during events. The weekly reset of objectives remaining would not be stopped and reset as normal. The point of the season is that you only have the 12 weeks, so I mean, most of the event objectives are quite quick for most players, so I don't think that detracts from their dungeon runs too much, but if that is something you're finding, then that is good feedback for planning Season 2. Graga Trim says they really enjoyed the coloring sheet for this week. Was very enjoyable to color and quick.
Good. I'm glad.
German Morin Polo says, hi Erika, a question that I do a lot. What alternatives have you talked about when Flash dies for us, the Linux players? It'll just be Steam through whatever Linux port of Steam. We're not doing a Linux only build for the game. Sorry. Susan says, it's always nice to listen and watch as I play more Animal Crossing. Nearly to 1,600 hours in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I believe it. I've kind of fallen off it myself. I realized the other day that, oh man, I was playing every day and now I've missed, I don't know, several. But, that's okay. It's always there. I can go back later.
Yeah. Unless, like, it's, like, limited time updates for, like, what, that swimming update or something everyone was, like, having fun with.
Yeah, that's a permanent update though.
Oh, okay. So it's...
And I did play around with it when it first came out. So yeah, the limited time stuff is like, I don't know when the next one will be. When the game first launched, there was the like Easter event.
Mm-hmm.
That was technically limited, but it was for quite a while, so I think they've got pretty good windows of opportunity for things.
Neat. I guess it's like the only limited time stuff would be like the normal in-game, like all the visitors or whatever, but...
Yeah.
And then the turnip prices.
Yeah. I haven't bothered with turnips for quite a while, because I basically bought everything I wanted.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if it's on social media as much anymore either.
Yeah, I mean, everything has to...
Move on.
Yeah. Things pipe down eventually.
Huh, Nightbot can't post links. Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, Nightbot. So, Armored Knight 8 is asking how many points does it take to get to level 25 in the dungeons. It's 290,000 points total right now. I was gonna adjust that down a little bit, but there are some players who are actually pretty close to that, even after just 4 weeks, which is pretty impressive. And then Ragnar says, Koivu looks cool. I need to hear how Kat went through designing them.
Oh, well, I knew I wanted to do a dryad, and in most art, you know, dryads are overwhelmingly female, so I was like, no, I want to do something different. I don't know, I looked up some dryad art, but nothing especially stuck out to me. I think I just kind of went for it. I don't have a very good insight this time. Like the big ears, like when I look back on it, I'm like, I don't really know why I decided really big ears, but I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always liked elves and big ears, so I just was kind of indulging, I guess. And then, I mean, like, leaf clothing is kind of the obvious go-to, and just deciding how that's going to work. Always trying to do, you know, more unique things, and his colors took a couple passes with feedback from the team and stuff, and the birch bark skin was actually suggested by Erika. I did have the thought before, but then tried it on her suggestion, and it looks real good, I think.
Yeah, it turned out really cool.
Yeah. I think that's the most insight I have, unfortunately. And adding a squirrel friend just because, like, I didn't want to give him, like, a weapon, and usually want to do something more than just having their arms free and walking, you know?
Yeah.
So, squirrel friend, why not? Trees, you know? I hope that was of some interest. I'm sorry I don't have really smart insight this time.
I mean, wanting to do a dryad with a squirrel friend, pretty cool.
Thanks.
Mr. Arachronos, what type of Crusader is Koivu going to be? They are support. Yang Yang Beetle, is the squirrel going to be an equipment piece? Yeah, you did squirrels for the equipment. Mm-hmm.
It sure is. Squirrels are great.
Fly by Moon says, like how you went with birch.
Thanks.
Hardball UK says, Koivu looks awesome. Alphi is wondering, is the tail part of the squirrel? So the gray tail is part of the squirrel in the stream overlay.
Yeah, unfortunately with his colors being all like reds, it was very close to the stream overlay colors, so that's why there's that extra little like glow around him this time.
Yeah, I was almost gonna suggest, should we do a different color, but then it's like, what color goes with the brown of the title bar?
Brown.
Yes, brown. Lovely UI choice. We don't, yeah. German Morn Polo says, congrats, Kat. I love Koivu.
Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm very proud of him.
Aaron Ben says, not another support. I always hope for a tank or a DPS. Still didn't decide if I like it or not, but it is beautiful. I was planning on a DPS Crusader for the Summer Sabotage event, actually, which is why Koivu's a support, and tanking, like, you guys just want to hit your wall and reset. You don't really want to tank out the next few areas, so, like, we have to make tanking more interesting a mechanic to do, to add more tanks first. Bungo Bun says, I hope the art for the legendary scroll gear is a sugar glider. It actually ended up being a pair of squirrels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evolution ended up being a very sort of natural, family-oriented one.
Cassius says, hey ladies, welcome.
Hello.
Koivu looks fun.
Thank you.
Bellcact 210 says, oh wow, great job, Kat. He really looks awesome.
Oh, thanks.
We could still do the sugar glider for the golden epic. That's true, when we get to the golden epic. Fly by Moon asks, how did you come up with the name?
It feels a little lazy to reveal, but I did spend a bunch of time like researching and looking for names that would fit, and at first trying to get one that was starting with a O or a U, because we're missing those letters, but they're all really boring. I didn't like any of them. So in the end, Koivu is, I believe, the Finnish word for birch. So it's a little on the nose, but I like the way it sounded.
Which is totally fine. And it's an easy name to pronounce, so cool.
Yeah, well, easier than Itiaka and other things that I've made you say recently.
Isorgnak.
Yeah. I mean, she was an unknowable alien. It was supposed to be hard.
And Fly by Moon says, I know, I'm Finnish. That's
Oh,
why they
perfect.
recognized it.
See, I thought probably, there was a fair chance that somebody would. And that's fine. That's like a little Easter egg for you.
Yeah. Kadkir is saying the legendary gear for Koivu could literally be Gloria, but smaller.
Aww.
Oh.
It is not, but I do think they would get along splendidly.
Yeah. Cassia says, quick Taskmaster thought we could get Nate the Newt. A Newt Taskmaster could be cool.
Newt. It's always possible.
Yeah. German Morn Polo says, what do you plan first? The design or the mechanics of a Crusader, particularly for Koivu? It depends on who gets there first. So if Kat's gotten there art-wise first, then the art's designed, and then I'll come along and do abilities to match, which was the case for Koivu, which is why one of the abilities is turning the monsters into nuts, and then another one is the squirrel friend attacking. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Akronos says, what slot will Koivu be in? They're gonna try and compete with Anna. They're in slot 24 on the bench. Oh yeah, some players are asking why the code says LBA welcomes Koivu, because it's Littlefoot's big adventure event that's launching this afternoon. So LBA. It's very inventive, I know.
They can't all be winners. But even then, welcome Koivu.
Yeah, I mean, I came up with not 4 random words for our code, so I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
What other abilities does Koivu have aside from squirrel? Yeah, squirrel.
I guess that was also part of why I gave him a squirrel friend, so that we didn't have to just rely on like nature stuff.
Yeah.
So that you'd have something to play off of for mechanics.
You know, I probably should have run through the event before I came on stream, just to double check, but I have it spec'd here for group DPS for every formation ability reaching Koivu by propagation, but I'm not sure if Kevin would have implemented that, so doesn't seem like he commented. But that'll be fun. You guys gotta propagate stuff to him.
Yeah, it makes sense also. Plants. Everybody working together.
Aw, fly by moon. Is the squirrel a projectile?
Kind of.
Kind of. The squirrel friend's just going to mark the monsters with a squirrel icon that Kat drew, so I don't think you're actually throwing it.
I think Kevin said that it was easiest to implement it as like a projectile that flies out at the nut monsters.
Okay, so then we're going to be throwing the squirrel at the nuts.
He's leaping. I drew him leaping. It's all. He's a willing participant. Not just being tossed. Toss the squirrel.
Yeah, he's helping. Green Samurai 23, can you leak who the skin will be for? Sure. It's gonna be for Littlefoot, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. In a cheesy sort of way.
It's very silly. Oh, Sari. Lay down. Go to sleep. I'm busy. It's my cat.
Ganon Dog says, guess I'm going to draw fan art because this guy is too adorable. Aww.
Oh, thank you. Please do and
Tag you on Twitter?
Yeah. Or if you don't do Twitter, share on the Reddit or whatever. I want to see.
Blasphemer 2016. So a flying squirrel, just not in the way you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green Samurai 23 is asking, is the per formation ability propped to Koivu multiplicative? That's not in the document I have access to right now, so we'll find out together later.
This is a mystery.
Kawani is asking, is the event going live today? Yeah, it'll be live this afternoon in like 2 or 3 hours. It's all ready to go. Just need the changelog and the news post in game, and then to proof the blog for sharing on social, and have Sasha read the blog to make sure it's going well for the first trans Crusader. So,
yeah, did we mention he's trans?
We mentioned last week, right?
Yeah. But you don't get to ignore that. That is part of his character, and it's important, and I feel very strongly about this. So I'm really glad people like his design.
Blasphemer 2016 says he's got an albino Baby Yoda vibe going on.
I hate that I understand what you mean. Whatever. That means he's cute, right?
Right. And Bunga Bunt says, leaping out of Koivu's hand at an alarming velocity and trajectory.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Very powerful squirrel.
And Almeida Alvaro says, we really need more fan art. And Ganondog says, when I finish some commissions, I'm definitely hopping in on the fan art for sure. And
Awesome.
blessed trans representation, thank you.
Yeah! You're welcome. It's something I wanted to do for a really long time, and this has worked out really well, I think. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. German Morn Polo is asking, what is a dryad?
It's I don't know where the mythology originated, but it's the spirit.
Definitely see a lot of them in Greek mythology, I think.
It's usually the idea is like the spirit inhabiting the tree, so it's like a tree person. It depends on the mythology that you're following. And as I said earlier, they're almost always depicted as female. I don't know if there's a reason or beyond sexy tree lady. No idea.
Fawns to have fun with.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like their counterpoint to fawns, because fawns are
the male forest spirits.
Yeah. They're tree spirits.
I mean, I definitely know Witcher went with all-female dryads and let's kidnap female children to turn into dryads, so.
Right.
But does that help German more in Polo? Maybe it's a different word in the language where you're from. Five Eye Moon says, Koivu having a Finnish name works also because birch is the national tree.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Oh, what a happy accident.
Yeah. Ganondog says, I only just got into the game this month, and it's been the most fun idle incremental I've joined, so learning more about it is fantastic. Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Welcome to the game. Blasphemer 2016 says, oh, Koivu's downright adorable. Definitely a good thing. I mean, Crusaders really needs to keep up its pop culture reference roots.
I see what you did there. But still, thank you.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, the downright adorable part's fun.
Yeah, I will take those compliments.
And then Kedgear's like, now it's a cute tree boy.
Yeah.
And Susan says the satyr or the fawn is the male part.
And
then Blasphemer is like, there's the fertility angle there too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I admit I don't actually know, like, real information about dryads. I just know them as tree spirit folklore thing. A D&D monster.
Yeah.
They just you can do whatever you want with dryads, really. They're one of the very old, sort of ubiquitous folklore things.
And then German Born Polo says, Erika, do you plan to do another naming contest? Cough, cough, Barry McBearface. I mean, I think it would be cool. There was feedback last time that players would have liked to know the abilities of the Crusaders before they named them. So if we did something like that, like, we'd probably try to share the abilities. But I don't think we'd have a contest to rename Barry McBearface. I don't know. It won by a democratic process.
Yeah. Was that the same year as Bodie McBoatface, or just like...
I think it was either the same year or the year after, so it was still floating around as like, let's name everything something face.
Yeah. Just way too recent.
Yeah. Rock77, thanks for doing this weekly chat. You're quite welcome. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, we have fun too.
Are you planning on retiring the Tier 1 Crusaders starting with Carnival of Sorrows? If so, is the only way to get the ones you've missed by running missions? I don't, as I'm not planning on taking away the tiers of the events, actually. I know Idle Champions, because they have it set up differently, like not gating the year's champions on getting everything done before it. But since in Crusaders you do need to complete all the tier 1 stuff to move on, to the tier 2, to the tier 3, to the tier 4. I don't see us removing it, but we may revisit the event currency amounts you guys get over the course of the event, so that new players don't have to use as many time warps to do all 6 tiers. We'll get there as we get closer to tier 6 events. Leptimus says, I just started to learn Finnish. Perfect timing. Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Bungo Bunce is wondering, is that Gloria in the bottom left of your drawing?
It's actually just a squirrel. Could be Koivu's squirrel. I think Gloria is actually like human-sized. I mean, she was teaching Ilsa.
Yeah, she's gotta be human-sized. She looks the same in formation as the humans.
She's a magic squirrel.
Rock77 says, awesome, thanks, and glad to hear it. For the note about not retiring the Crusaders. Kedgear says, pitching a Tiernan Koivu draw topic for next week.
That would be pretty fun. I've kind of unofficially sort of given myself a I don't know, restriction, trying to not repeat Crusaders in the drawings, just, you know, give everybody some love. But that said, if people would rather that I do Tiernan and Koivu or something like that, like, let me know. Let your voice be heard.
Almeida Alvera says, maybe when there's a new campaign, we could do a naming contest for the 11th Crusader's name. Mr. Arachnos, what is the long-term plan for events? Like, I can't see you guys producing Crusaders for another 5 years. What might be ideas for tier 6, 7, 8? Will there ever be a very big endgame formation campaign? I'm talking 20 or more slots. Oof, that'd be a big formation. We'll be updating Crusaders as long as players are supporting it and it makes sense to do so. So the current plan is just to reiterate the events. I know when we took development off Eggbreaker Adventures, we actually had set up the events to just auto turn on. So maybe we get to the end of year 7 of events and then all the events just auto turn on, scheduled throughout the year. And then, so then you have an end goal, whatever it is at that time. But currently still planning to keep updating the game. So we haven't put any thoughts into how do we end it gracefully.
Yeah, that kind of planning will only come once it actually looks like the end is on the horizon. Right now, it's not that time.
Yeah. German Morin Polo, it's a little soon maybe, but what about a Crusader inspired by La Llorona for Halloween? Which was a horror movie released last year, or earlier this year, I think. It's the Mexican ghost thing, or Central American ghost thing. It's a Vengeful Bride or something.
Oh,
Vengeful Mother.
I had not heard of this. I will have to look into it. Yeah, it's always possible. I love Halloween.
Yes, we can get some pretty spoopy Halloween Crusader and a Halloween Crusader skin out for that. In Mexican folklore, La Llorona is a legend about a ghost woman who drowned her children and mourns their death for eternity. Very dark.
I like it.
Cassius, if Crusaders does another naming contest, hopefully we get a better idea of any intended theme. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier that if we do a naming contest, we'd try to have the skills so you guys could see where we were going. What were the original names? I think Smokey and an S name for Penny.
I don't know.
In the design.
I I can only remember Penny the Part Planner because it actually like
it won in its PPP.
I do think she was meant to be something else. Like by her design, she might have been something Scouts related.
Yeah, she's more Scouty than Park Plannery.
It's hard to say, but yeah, I think that's a very fair point because just having the visual isn't all the information.
Yeah. Blasphemer 2016, drawing idea. A few of the projectile crusaders look on in horror as Koivu comes in their range and starts chucking squirrels at the targets.
Mayhaps.
Zerberu just joined and the Dryad looks awesome. Fits very well with Tiernan. Cool.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, hello there. Welcome. 100 Beep is asking, is there any plan for Trump Crusader? No. He's already an enemy in Idols Through Time campaign, because that was based on adventure capitalist managers, right. So he's already in the game. Oh, Flyby Moon. It is the year 2248. The seas have dried. The last remnants of humanity are fighting over the bare resources left on Earth. Now get ready for Littlefoot's big adventure, tier 232. Nice.
That would be quite a legacy.
Yeah, the only computer game still running is Crusaders in a Flash emulator that players made.
I don't know, Doom would still be playable somehow.
Yeah, no, you'd probably still have Doom. Well, it'd be real life Doom, because we're at 2248, we're on Mars colonies, right? So we've actually, accidentally woken up the demons of Mars or something.
Art imitates life.
I was watching a movie recently, and it's like, so California had broken off because of the tectonic plates and everything, and so it was just a little island. And then it was Los Angeles ruled by a computer, and then all the humans just had numbers instead of names, and it's like, aw. And like social scores and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a little dark, but kind of where humanity could head kind of deal. And it's like from the 70s, it's like, whoa, okay. Blasphemer 2016 says you can play Doom on a toaster.
Yeah, I know. The joke of you can play Doom on X is so good because it's real. It can be played on so many weird things.
Cassius335 asks, can Koivu chuck squirrels faster than Arachnobuddy could web them out of the air? Interesting.
Don't know.
Well, he does shoot, 12 webs at once with his legendary?
Then yes, I think he would win. I don't know that Koivu has more than a squirrel friend. Maybe 2 with his, legendary and stuff.
Mela Anion says, hello ladies, like the new plant crusader? Yes, Koivu is a flora.
Yeah, thanks.
MJ Doom, but can you run the flying toaster screensaver on a toaster?
I'm sure someone could make it work. I don't think a screensaver takes more than Doom. But I could be wrong.
Pyvor is asking, does Koivu have a projectile tag? Well, if Kevin says they made the squirrel act like a projectile, then he will have the secret projectile tag for the objectives that require projectile-only crusaders. Kedgear, what are the current prospects for new 11th objective rewards or maybe new talents? Are they far away? Hopefully not too far away, but I've been distracted by planning other things. So I haven't decided which order to release 11th objectives and talents yet. Focusing on some of the anniversary stuff. Koani says, I guess there would be copyright issues, but maybe a Space Invader Crusader could be slightly amusing. Cassius is asking, is this Penny being drawn now?
Yes. As I'm drawing her and looking at the reference, it's like, yeah, this is a very plain design. Oh well, that's okay.
And 100 Beep says, Blast from the Past needs an update. The Tier 1 Crusaders are now 4 years ago. Yeah, putting the year in the flavor text for that objective, probably not a good idea, but also very limited, non-changing set of Crusaders for a challenge, so it might be worth revisiting the Blast from the Past one. Blasphemy 2016 says, Penny the Park Planner and Koivu the Bark Planner, but Susan says, oh wow, today marks my anniversary of playing Crusaders. 5 years ago I started playing Crusaders on Facebook in the soft launch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cassius says, switch Blast from the Past to be the original 20 maybe, but then we're still stuck with the, Crusaders don't change locked in roster. Kawani says, 1,697 days for them, a long time to annoy Erika. You're not the worst, actually. There are other challenging players to deal with. German Morn Polo. Do you have a Crusader inspired by some of the CNE staff? Or even make the 10th permanent campaign inspired by CNE. Ooh.
What? Just wander through our office for 100 areas. It's not that big.
Hey, office background. I mean, yeah, that's easy, right? Okay. But Pete the Carney is based on Pete the Carney from Bushwhacker, which was based on actual developer Peter's Halloween costume when he dressed as a clown, so that's technically inspired by him. And Corey the Witch Doctor was named after Corey because he played a witch doctor in Diablo 3 constantly. So and then, because we're designing the Crusaders, it's all us. It's all our design choices, our flavor text, our stuff. It's snapshot of time of who's working on Crusaders when. Yeah, Susan says, wander through Victoria to find the office first. And Ragnar says, would love a campaign through the new art cave. Interesting.
I mean, I would have to really make some stuff up. That room is smaller than my apartment.
I mean, art cave wall, art, good.
Oh yeah, I think it could go some fun places, but I don't know, man. Whole campaign.
Yeah. In Cadaver says, just a quick hi during my lunch break. Hi, thanks for popping in. Hayato05. Any thoughts on a catch-up mechanic? For example, I have an uncapped DPS of E598 from when I was able to sneak into dungeons, but just today I finished the first increase from Infinity and Beyond. I think the new players do have a lot of catch-up mechanics because you guys have access to the bonus boss idols, which gets you going quicker, and then if you get the event buff adding on to the bonus boss idols and stuff, like, you just need to power through all the objectives and you'll get there, and farm lots of idols with the bonus idols. Jabble, I have another wild idea to give new possibilities of stirring the current meta. What if we had several Crusaders that give significant bonus to DPS only if synergized with several, like 5 or more specific Crusaders? For example, a magical dream team or a robot strike force. Huh.
See, I like that idea, but players don't. Because, like, in the second, even first year, Event Crusaders had stuff like,
Grokluck and Drizzle, yeah.
And having legendaries or whatever that's like needs a specific Crusader, and then people just didn't like that because that
it doesn't make sense to have that Crusader in the formation, so yeah,
and
legendary is useless then.
It limits their creativity in a way for making their formations, which I can understand.
Yeah.
Because that's like the biggest mechanic of the game, obviously.
Blasphemy 2016, is there any chance of a times 10 or a times 100 buff button making it into the game anytime soon? It's on my list of things that I would like for a quality of life update to go out with the anniversary. We'll see if it actually happens. No promises. Aaron Benz, is there a plan for the flash death at the end of the year? Crusaders will still be around. You will be able to play it on Steam, and then we will have our own launcher on the Codename Games website for you to download from there. And then if there are any browsers that still run Flash, then maybe we'll still have a browser version available on the CNE Games website as well. 100 Beep says there's a lot to keep up with in the game. Yeah. I think Kevin was saying it would be nice if we had like a better way of gating all the stuff, because like, sure, the players who started from the beginning know which order the objectives were released because they did them in that order, but then like you're a new player, you walk in, you're like, well, what do I do? And when do I move on to these campaigns? Yeah. And then like with the tier 4 11th objectives requiring all the tier 3 objectives finished versus like if you just finished tier 1 11th of World's Wake, then you could just hop into the tier 2 11th of World's Wake. Like, yeah, it would have been nice if there was a better flow, but I think it's a bit late to make that change. Pivor, any plans to remove the Pete reliant legendary on Mindy? We'll see when Carnival of Sorrows comes around.
See, my point exactly.
Yes. Kedgear says the current setups already need 5 to 8 Crusaders together for massive power boosts to happen. Well, it's true if you get the right 5 or 8 Crusaders together, but
yeah,
it's not like we're forcing you to do that. You guys figured out that was the best combination of specific Crusaders too.
Exactly, and it's that whole like constantly shifting meta thing that sometimes we can't predict.
I know there was one player still diehard into Rena. They thought Rena's still the best DPS in the game. And it's like, aw, that's cool. I mean, yeah, if you enjoy using Rena, go for it. But Jialong is pretty on top of the chart right now.
It was interesting to see how long it took people to actually come to a consensus of whether he was better or not.
Yeah. But to be fair, I think he was broken for the first week, so he didn't have his full potential yet. Fly by Moon. When is Carnival of Sorrows coming around? About every formation composition suggests Mindy, but seems I started playing at a bit unfortunate time. Well, she is available through the starter packs in-game for real money. But if you just want to get her from the event, the Carnival of Sorrows will be launching in early October. Might even be the last week of September, but definitely by early October.
I always identify it with September, but things shift, so.
Yeah, there's a bit of flux, depending on when Sasha's Schoolhouse Scourge ends, and when Halloween is.
Right.
Uh, 100 Beep, will you give any hints as to the first Tier 6 Crusader in the Carnival? Carpet was really cool. Recruit mission running for them now.
Well, thanks for
yeah, she's
Carpet.
really cool.
Yeah, I was happy with the idea for, well, them. I don't think we have plans out that far.
Yeah, I still want to...
In fact, I kind of avoided planning into year 6 because I don't know what kind of thing we might change.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, what do we change? Do we change anything? And I think we're still gonna do Tier 6 objectives and Tier 6 Crusaders. It's just gonna be what happens. So they'll just need to be a step up in power from the Tier 5 Crusaders.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully some more interesting mechanics. We'll see. Jabble, okay, fair. I get that. Anyways, I realize that balancing such wide synergy to really stir meta may be tough with over 100 Crusaders.
Yeah.
I have a little less experience with the game and community than you do. I trust you. Aw.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if, like, we could rebalance all the Crusaders, but that probably would take a really long time, because you're right, there's 154 Crusaders, so figuring out how to make synergies among clusters of them probably be in a whole year, I don't know, before it would actually go out. I know it takes Justin just like forever to try and rebalance the champions. So, and they only have 60 or something right now. Susan says, Halloween is on a Saturday. It's the end of daylight savings and a weekend. Awesome this year. And a full blue moon. Oh, wow. Really?
Ooh. That's cool.
That's a big day for Halloween.
Not if only we will be able to go outside or not.
Oh yeah, probably like no trick-or-treating with COVID. 100 Beep says the Tier 5 Crusaders are already broken.
Yeah, at some point, like, I don't know, there's got to be a cap to power creep somewhere, right?
Yeah. Genora Fire, the end of daylight savings is on Halloween. Time to do a late showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show so you can do the time warp during the DST time warp.
Aw, that's very cute.
That would be clever. Don't they show Rocky Horror on Halloween anyway?
Probably. It'd be fitting.
Yeah. Lexi Ree says, back to work. Have a good weekend, ladies. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Elf High says, maybe you could make Tier 6 Crusaders raise the damage cap by E5 if information. That would mix up the meta. That would be weird. And then you just have all the Tier 6 Crusaders in your formation for that extra little bit of cap increase. Fly by Moon. We can always go the Blizzard route and try to make a couple slight adjustments that somehow break the whole meta.
Yeah.
Oh. Now we got the Blizzard
Hard
Group.
to-
We released StarCraft 1 with no modifications that made it fun or something? Or was that StarCraft 2 or 3?
I don't know.
Susan says, kids sit on the lawns and the adults drive around tossing candy to them a la Mardi Gras.
No.
Blasphemer says, Idol champions scored Matthew Lillard to push their latest champion. What celebrity would we like to see repping Crusaders if we discovered they play? Huh. I don't know.
Me either. I don't know.
Oh, one of the good ones, I guess, that don't really have any controversy around them right now.
The Rock, he's still good, right?
Yeah, The Rock's cool. I mean, just do a Jumanji-themed Crusader for him to pimp or something.
Or deep cut to this awful Scorpion King.
Celebrities. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Tay-Tay is not controversial, is she?
Who?
Taylor Swift?
Oh. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never been a celebrity following person.
Yeah. I mean, ideally you could have someone like Brandon Sanderson, but then he's like, I'm against games with microtransactions, so he probably doesn't play Crusaders.
Yeah.
Zephyr Nitrox. Most likely have a revamp focusing on new tags and combos instead of just straight up increase in power. Will probably be a lower level of enjoyment for a bit from fans, but overall bring a cool change to things. Interesting. Terrible Alphi. Keep reworking the old event Crusaders. Good changes so far. We rework them as we have time. Melaanion says, Will Wheaton did the narration of Ready Player 1. He would fit into the Ready Player 2 campaign. Yeah, he's cool, but I think he had some controversy too, so.
I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, some stuff that got him off the Geek and Sundry channel and stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Man, why can't people just be good?
That's the question these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blasphemy 2016, 8-bit Scorpion King Satyr would be cool. But yeah, well. Idol Champions also has Joe doing stuff because we have Arcan and Krull and soon to be Torikrar, but
Mm-hmm. They have rather more pull and clout and presence and all of those things
yeah,
that
the
get
D&D
you.
brand is powerful.
Yeah. We're just a little clicker game. Idle, whatever. Strategy management. That's what it's supposed to call it.
Yeah, I think so. Blasphemy 2016 says a Will Wheaton inspired one could be a Wesley Crusher Crusader, just a huge orc smashing away at things wearing an ill-fitting Star Trek uniform. That's actually pretty cool. Patrick Stewart or Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, those are good eggs.
Wait, is that a bag of chaps?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no comment. It's looking pretty cool.
Thanks. It is far too complicated. I am a fool, but that's okay. I am simplifying the complications as I go.
Yeah.
You get Penny and a squirrel, and there will be a sinister berry in the background over here.
Oh, that's gonna be Sinister Berry.
Yeah.
Nice. Then Cassius chimes in with Weasel Crusher instead of Wesley Crusher. Oh, it's cool. And Susan says Ian McKellen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's also very good. Yep.
Yeah. I guess since it's 11, I should tease the weekend promo. So the weekend promo will be the Roving RVs promo with buffs to Reyna, Littlefoot, Barry, Penny, and Rosie, because it's the first week of an event, with a golden epic for Penny. And Rock77 sneaked in a question. I saw this on the weekly Reddit chat, but a big quality of life change would be to add EP to the gold missions, maybe through a talent. Yeah, the gold missions are a Damocles sword hanging around, along with all the other ones that are hanging around. But that is an interesting idea to make them worthwhile. So yeah, that has been our show for Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. Mm-hmm. I've been Erika, that's been Kat. The community has been awesome. Thank you guys for joining us in chat. Thank you, Sasha, for modding for us. And we'll see you guys next week. And we hope you enjoyed the event this afternoon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.